Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a great morning so far. I just wanted to come online and give everybody a brief snapshot of what we talked about as far as the leadership team on this past Tuesday night. So we had a leadership meeting and just kind of discuss the path forward with the COVID-19 situation and everything that's going on. But before I get started, I just want to ask that we don't share this video, not because it's anything top secret going to be discussed, but because it's mostly for Holy Temple membership. Normally I'll come in, I'll have a greeting, and then I'll share a word from the scriptures to try to encourage you. But today, I'm not going to share anything from the scriptures to try to encourage you. I just want to give you an idea of where we are and where we headed here in the next phase with this coronavirus. As you know, we were in phase one, which was we were having condensed services. We only allowed like 10 people in the building, and we came in and we shot a video for about an hour. We did it Facebook Live, myself, the praise and worship team, and then we took up an offering, and then we dispersed that to everybody in a phase one service, which we did for about an hour. So now we're starting to try to plan and move into phase two. And phase two entails a lot of some of phase one, which means we still want to continue the condensed services in phase two, which we still want to have service for about an hour or so, give or take. And then also in phase two, we still want to start service about 10:30 in the mornings on Sunday morning. So the start time is not gonna change. And then also in phase two, carried over from phase one, we're still not gonna have any Sunday school just yet. So no Sunday school right now in phase two, but we're going to implement a couple different things in phase two that we did not do in phase one. Phase two, we're going to open up the sanctuary for people to slowly but surely start to come back into worship. So start to get back into the routine practice of worship, get back into the routine practice of coming back to church. So we're going to open that up some in phase two, and that begins this Sunday morning. But what we're going to do differently in phase two that we didn't do in phase one is we're going to be checking temperatures at the door. So when you come into the sanctuary starting this Sunday, we will have the temperature gun, and we'll be checking your temperature at the door before you come in. And then also we're going to be logging names of those that enter into the sanctuary. We just want to keep up with the people that's actually in the sanctuary, and we want to be able to keep up with the temperature for a lot of reasons, just a lot of reasons. But I also know that if your temperature is 100 degrees, point 4, so if it's 100.4, we're not going to allow you into the building. And everybody else that wants to come into the sanctuary, you can come into the building as long as your temperature is great. Those that are age 65 and older or 60 and older, if you want to come into the sanctuary, that's fine. But still, we're going to be checking your temperature at the door, logging names. Now, we're still going to practice the social distancing in phase two. And we're still asking and strongly encouraging that you wear a mask in phase two. So again, phase two is set to begin this Sunday morning. The services is still condensed. We're still looking to start about 10:30. We're going to be taking temperature at the door. Anything over 100.4, we're not going to allow you into the sanctuary. We're still requiring that you practice mask, and we ask also requiring that you wear a mask, and also ask that you practice social distancing. Now, we have some tape on each pew in the sanctuary. So when you come into the sanctuary, you'll see some tape on the pews denoting where you should be sitting. So each pew in the sanctuary has at least 3 pieces of tape on it. And we've segregated those pews and the tape for the 6 feet. And it's every other row. So we have the tape staggered on the pews, and then we have it staggered for every other row to help in our social distancing. So that should help in our cause and what we're trying to do. And then also, just know that we're looking to come to have a good time. We're coming to worship the Lord. We come to praise him, to give him all the glory and all the honor. But we just want to be strategic in our next phase, in this phase two, and how we handling service and how we doing things. And let me say this Sunday is Communion Sunday. So in Communion Sunday, like I said, we're going to be practicing the phase two rules, which is the ones I just gave you for Communion Sunday. Practicing phase two rules. But what we're going to do is we discussed this with the leadership team, and not in much detail, but I'll get with them sometime after the call. as far as the communion service, as far as the cup holder, and as far as the communion wine and the communion bread, we're going to have that at the door. So when you come to service this Sunday, what we want you to do is we want you to, if you're going to be participating in communion, we want you to grab your serving when you come in the door. So when you come into the door, you'll get your temperature check, you'll have your name logged, and we want you to grab your communion service then. So when you grab your communion service, then you bring it into the sanctuary with you. And then you'll sit it down and you'll hold it. And when we get started, then we'll go to the communion service first, and you'll already have it with you. And then we'll have somebody to either collect them when everything is over, or we might just let you hold on to them and carry them out yourself. So we'll let you know. But just know that when you come in, we already want to have them there for you to grab when you come into the door. And that's going to help us to expedite the time. And then that's also going to help us to where we don't have to have the servants walking to serve the communion trays to you. You'll already have it when you come into the sanctuary. Dress code this Sunday. If you want to wear a nice dress, that's fine. If you want to come casual, that's fine. Myself personally, I probably most likely end up coming casual. Won't be anything as far as the official attire, as far as white and the clergy collar. We don't have to do that this Sunday. So we can stay condensed with our dress code, and we also look to stay condensed with our time. Just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page, that everybody is carrying out the same order. And so we're just trying to slowly but surely move back into some kind of normalcy, but be wise in how we move into that normalcy. We want to make sure that everybody is safe. We don't have the right, as a church family, we don't have the right to make sure everybody go and get tested for coronavirus because of HIPAA laws and because of all those other things. So we can't force people to do that. If you've done that, that's great. If you hadn't done it, that's up to you. But just know that what we out as a sanctuary and as a pastor, our first line of defense is to check your temperature when you come in the door. So that's our first line of defense. And all the major corporations are doing that. At Exxon, where I work, everybody's doing it. At Motiva, where I used to work, from what I hear, they're doing it over there. And in other places, they're doing it. So it's nothing new. We just want to be safe. We want to make sure we keep our parishioners safe. We want everybody to stay healthy. And so we're just trying to look out for everybody. So just know that's phase 2 that we look to implement this Sunday. And phase 2 rules are in effect this Sunday for communion worship. But just know that we're going to have the communion tray there for you to grab your communion serving when you come into the sanctuary. That way you'll already have it with you. Phase 3, hopefully we can implement phase 3 maybe around July 1st. We don't know when exactly how the number's going to be and what's going to be going on with the situation. But phase 3 is where we look to fully move back into worship. Well, we look to fully move back into service and go back into our normal type of worship, which we're going to discuss that with the leadership team as well, because my goal is not to move full-fledged back into all the normal that we were doing, but we are going to move back into some kind of normalcy in phase 3, where we kind of go back to, semi where things were. So like I said, that's pretty much it. I just want to make sure that everybody understands where we are. And then let me say this too, because I forgot. In phase 3, we do look to go back into like the Sunday school as well, and then go back into our Wednesday night services. So those are things that we look to happen when we start to implement and go back into phase 3. So hopefully we can do that around maybe the 1st of July, and possibly the Wednesday night services. We might be able to do that starting this month. But like I said, we'll revisit that in 2 weeks like we agreed to. If there's any confusion, most of y'all have my number. You can text me. You can get with me if there's any confusion. I'll try to explain it to you and make it plain again. But just know that we're looking to do everything safely as possible, to be to look out for everybody the best way we can and make sure everybody stay healthy. And like I say, not that this anything that I'm saying is top secret, because it's not. It's just that it's mostly for Holy Temple members. So that's why I ask that you don't share this today, because I'm really not coming on and preaching and sharing a word, that you might want your friends to hear, or you might want your sister or cousin to hear. I'm really just sharing something that only has to do with Holy Temple membership. And like I say, try to get here and try to be here on time, because I think we only have maybe about 30 something, 32, 33 spots marked off in the sanctuary. So it's probably going to be open to like 30, 35 people that first get here. But because of the way we have things marked off in the sanctuary, the best way we can. So y'all just kind of bear with us as best you can. Like I say, this is Communion Sunday. We do look to be a part of the communion worship. And let me say this while I'm here. I'm very grateful for all the Holy Temple. Very grateful for all your patience. Very grateful for all your help. Very grateful for all your love, your support, the text messages I received, the phone calls I received from different members. So just know, this is not something that we've ever had to go through before. And hopefully we never have to go through anything like this again. So we all learning as we go. And I know it's a little impatient, and I know it's a little inopportune, and I know all those other words that come along with it that make it, to where it's a little tough and troublesome. But just know, it's not just us, it's everybody. And most of the people in Silsbee has moved back into their regular sanctuaries and moved back into their regular services. Most of the people have moved back. I think if it's safe for me to say this, we just might be the last church that has not fully moved back into church service and to church worship. And we're trying to get there as best we can, because I know in our church we do have a lot of older people in our church. So I'm just trying to move as slowly and as safely as I can. But just know, we're looking to implement phase 2 this Sunday. This Sunday is communion worship. So just want to be as safely as we can do it, and just know, like I said, that I love every last one of y'all. So if I confuse any of you on phase 2 starting this Sunday, like I said, you're more than welcome to text me. You're more than welcome to call me. But just know, we're still going to do the condensed services in phase 2. Service still will start at 10:30. We're still going to try to keep it to an hour or so for service. There'll be no Sunday school for phase 2. And then also your temperature will be taken at the door in phase 2. You will be writing your name down, logging names in phase 2. Still going to be practicing social distancing. We're still encouraging you to wear the mask. And in phase 2, one of the differences is, those that are 60 and older want to come to service, you're more than welcome to come. Just wear your mask, and we're going to be checking your temperature as well. So we're trying to move back into the flow of service, and just know we have spots marked in the sanctuary, in the pews for people to sit, and it's marked every other row. We have social distancing labels on the pews, so you'll know that those rows are the rows that you're not supposed to sit on. And so we're just trying to move, like I say, and do it as expeditiously as possible, as safely as possible, to look out for everybody. And again, this is not top secret. It's just that it's only for Holy Temple members. So I just ask that you don't share it, and that you take heed to what we're saying. And I look forward to seeing you on this Sunday morning. Thank you.